everybody. This is Paul. I'm here with another interview, and today, all the way from Melbourne, we got Jan Dandridge. I hope I pronounced that right.
You did.
Okay.
That's fine.
Good to have you on Ben TV there. So why don't you start by, tell me a little bit about your background. How you got started in the music business. Were you inspired by your parents, or did you just like listening to music? I mean, maybe you could share that with us.
Okay, I always grew up with music around my house. My dad was a big fan of collecting records and was a member of the music record club. And so we always had music around our house. My mum always played the organ. So when I was in primary school, I learned how to play the two-keyboard organ. And then in high school, I picked up a guitar and had a bit of a play with that. So at high school, I went through with our church group and our guiding. We did every year we did a musical. And then I kind of lost the way for a little while. I became a square dancing caller for a good while. And from when I was about 19 through till about 7 or 8 years ago. And then I decided what I really wanted to do was sing. I didn't want to be a caller. And so I thought, well, if I don't follow my dream now, I was 40, and said, well, if I don't do it now, I never will. So, yeah, that's about it. I picked up a guitar and I was taken to a country. I actually went to a country music club as doing a square dancing demo, and loved the music. And they asked me to come back and sing a song for them the next month. So that's where it started, at Peninsula Country Music Club.
Oh, that's good. And just as you mentioned a minute ago, you're into country music. Were there any influences in country music that inspired you to become a singer as well, or?
No, it was more that being square dancing, the country music club had asked us to go along, and I really didn't know a lot about country music in general, but soon learned, and I really love the music. And I'm from the country. I'm from Gippsland, and grew up in the country. And yeah, it's just me. That's where my little niche is, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, of course, I personally like a lot of music. I listen to a lot of different styles, country, rock, and everything. So there's a lot of different country musicians that I like.
Oh,
I think.
there is, and I love my blues and my jazz, and I love musicals. I just love music in general.
Right.
But yeah.
I think one of them that I always like in the country music, I think, is the humor. I kind of like Cletus T. Judd and Ray Stevens, that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
so, of course, I like other.
And I love the fact that it tells a story.
I'm sorry?
Country music always tells a
Yeah,
story.
right. Yeah, of course, I like a lot of others, like the old classic stuff, like Statler Brothers, Oak Ridge Boys, stuff like that. So, I'm kind of diversified when it comes to that. So.
Oh, can I talk about my album at all?
Oh, yeah, I think that was the one thing I was going to ask you about. I didn't know if you had any CDs or not. Okay.
Yep, I've got an album. It's called Holiday from Hell. It's got 7 originals and 5 covers on it. And that was one of my dreams, and I fulfilled it by creating it at Hugh McDonald Studios. And the title Holiday from Hell is a song that I wrote about a caravan club that we used to run, and our very first ever caravan trip. And if it could go wrong, it went wrong. But after that, we ran it for another 5 or 6 years. So it obviously went all right for a good while. But that's just one of the titles.
Is that CD just something that you just released recently?
I released it for Christmas 2007, so it's a few years old now. But yeah, can't afford to go back in the studio and finish my next one yet.
Well, is there any way that your fans or people that don't know you right by now can by watching this can go and download your music, like from iTunes or maybe your website? Or
yeah, I have a Reverb Nation site called Jan Dandridge, or Little Miss Country, because when I perform with my band, I perform as Little Miss Country and the Kick-Ass Cowboys. And so you can go in and hear all the tracks off my album there, and it has my contact details if anybody wants to purchase it. They're $20 Australian, and I'll just post it out, or they can be purchased at any of our gigs. So yeah, and I have my Facebook site as well. So, and I've got a couple of tunes up on YouTube at the moment, but that's work. That's getting there slowly.
Well, we're just about running out of time, but want to thank you for coming on, Jan, and I just want to let you know that I've enjoyed, talking with you, and I just wanted to personally invite you and that to come back anytime. You want to promote something new. You're more than
Oh,
welcome to come back, and we love to hear from you again. So we appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by.
thank you, Paul and Ben TV.
Okay.